What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the F1 25 My Team Career Mode video. Today, round 7 around Imola. If you want to skip to the race, it's just in a few seconds time, but the strategy, I was tempted by a 2-stop, I have to say. Thinking about going medium soft, but we are going to stick with a medium hard strategy around this venue. I don't think that we really need the 2-stop, and I think the 1-stop is going to be what the AI does. And as you can see, everyone around us is on the medium tyres as we're waiting for the lights to come on. Now they're all on. Now they're out though, as we go racing for round 6 in Imola, and it's a pretty decent launch for us up against Fernando Alonso in the Aston Martin Piastri, and pretty much everybody ahead is going defensive. There are a couple of cars side by side. We're going to send it around the outside of not 1, not 2, but 3 cars into turn 1, but Sainz does get us back. However, we are going to turn on the battery and go on the offensive again on the Williams, trying to stick with those faster cars ahead of Antonelli and Tsunoda. We do get the move done on Carlos Sainz, but he's looking very racy, so we're going to go defensive into the hairpin. Sainz around the outside, we've got to give him some room, and he's got the momentum to get the place back, but we're not done yet. We've got more battery in the bank, and Sainz is just going to have to stick to the outside through the fast left-hander. So we now drop down the hill, and we've got over a second to Antonelli ahead, so we've really got to get a move on so we don't drop out of that ever necessary DRS. But moving forward to lap 3, we have just about crept back into the DRS of those ahead, which is actually now Max Verstappen. But Antonelli's teammate Russell is just behind us, so we've really got to make sure we get this DRS on Verstappen. We've got plenty of battery in the bank, and it's all for the main straight. If you've ever raced around Imola, it's the only place really that you can just burn all the battery in the world and not worry about it at all. But we're going to use the DRS here. Verstappen doesn't have DRS, and this move is looking very on, surprisingly, and I think I saw a bit of his end plate of his front wing was missing, so that might be why he's dropping through the field a little bit. But we've got some good pace around here relative to the AI, thanks to their lack of curb usage. I will say it now, but the curbs can throw you out and spit you back into, well, the path of other cars, spit you out into barriers, anything if you're not careful enough.
And Verstappen's behind. Time last lap, 1 minute 21.6. They're on fresh mediums. Their tyres are 3 laps old. We think they've got 1 more stop. The car behind has minor front wing damage.
And the team radio there confirming what I was saying before when we passed Verstappen on the straights, that he does indeed have front wing damage, which is also why he's dropped away from us. Probably also thanks to Russell trying to get past him over the past few laps. We're on lap 9 of 22 so far. This race is absolutely flying by, but there is a lot more to come, as you can probably tell from the length of the video relative to where we are now. But we've got some decent pace, I will say. I've been changing a lot of settings, been improving my own driving, my own force feedback settings on my wheel as well, and the game's feeling a lot nicer now than it was before. So hopefully that is partially the reason why. But we are going to come into box onto some hard tyres at the end of this lap, and we've just got to make it round once more to get those fresh set of tyres, because the mediums are starting to give up as we actually dip a wheel on the gravel there, and someone made contact with us. I have no idea who, but there's a safety car out as we have a 10-second penalty for a severe collision with Russell. But that was a critical error, massive error on our part. We simply ran a bit wide. We got a bit of oversteer in the mid corner as we were going around that semi-fast right-hander, and just dipped a wheel on the gravel, and that just spun us around completely. At least I think it was gravel. I think someone might have thrown a banana peel on that part of the circuit, to be honest. One of the spectators not too happy about how well we were doing in this race, and you can see now with that spin the tyres are not looking too hot. But we're going to box at the end of this lap anyway, as Mark just came over the radio to tell us, and yeah, we've got a lot of work to do. Lance Stroll has DNF'd in this race already. It just wasn't interesting at all, nothing really came from it, so didn't show that one. But we are second to last in this race. We're going to reduce the front wing slightly. It was on 30. Going to drop it to 26 just to try and reduce oversteer slightly by rebalancing the car in a way. We are going to serve our 10-second time penalty in the pit stop, so we are going to be well and truly at the back unless anybody else has any problems behind us. And decent pitting. We do have to double stack as well, which is really not ideal behind our teammate, but he gets out of the way nicely, and then we get to serve our penalty, which is going to feel like an age. If you're watching this in real time, it is an absolute pain, but now we can get to work on the car. And just
removing the left rear wheel.
Yeah,
I know it's not ideal,
just when we thought it wouldn't get worse, the team had a bit of an issue with the left rear tyre during the pit stop, but it doesn't matter because the safety car is out. We've actually got George Russell just ahead of us. I think he got a penalty as well for the collision under the safety car. I'm surprised he wasn't out of the race, to be honest, but I think it was maybe just his front wing. We're going to take a look at it after the race, sort of alongside the stewards, just to see what happens. But now we're at the back of the grid. We have nothing to lose at all. We've got decent pace in this race, especially relative to the AI. Again, they don't tend to like riding the curbs, but we've got the car set up so we can do that. The safety car is coming back in at the end of this lap, so we're in a good position. We've got plenty of battery. We've got the tyres warmed up pretty much. The fronts are looking a little chilly, but again, we do have some decent pace in this race and some faster cars ahead of us in the Mercedes of George Russell to help carve a path through the field, which will be very crucial for us. I think our teammate is somewhere up near the points. Let's hope he can move forward as well. But here we go for green flag running. I'm purposefully holding back a little bit at the moment. I'm not burning battery. I'm not doing anything like that. I didn't want to be right on the back of Russell because I was very aware that AI might be 2x2 in front, and I didn't want to lose a front wing in the restart because that would be the worst place to lose a front wing, especially just after we've boxed. But here you can see we are comfortably on the back of Russell, thinking about going for a move, but nothing doing just there at the moment. But even though we took some front wing off, the car's still turning in very nicely. I think I'm going to have to change my setup, to be honest, to be more understeery, I think. I'm still figuring out fully the best setups for me and what the characteristics of the car should be for my driving style. Currently, my driving style could be described as slow, but it's getting there. We're getting there. We're putting in some more practice, and we are getting quicker. I posted a few days ago just to say that I did a race against 110 AI and I got P12 around Silverstone, which is apparently a very OP track for the AI, so I'm pretty happy with that performance. But Silverstone is a track that I have practiced on a lot, but I haven't practiced that much on Imola. But it looks like it might not matter as we have a run on George Russell in the Mercedes down into turn 1. He's going to give us some space on the inside. We'll return the favour into turn 2, but by the time we get to the apex of turn 3, he has backed out of it. And moving on, lap 14 out of 22. Russell is breathing down our neck, but Ollie Behrman is up next in our crosshairs for a move into turn 1. So let's see what we can do against the Haas and the young driver just ahead of us. I'm a little bit cautious of Russell. I'm more interested in getting the overtake done on Behrman, as we're going to be late on the brakes and absolutely send it down the inside. Behrman gives us the room last minute, which is, yeah, thankful for us. Otherwise that would have been a plane crash, but we made the move stick thanks to Ollie Behrman's generosity there, and now we can focus on moving ahead in the pack. And Hadjar is up next. We're making steady and slow progress right now, sort of one move a lap, which is not great. We're in P19 at the minute. If we make one move a lap, we're going to be in P12, which for our car maybe sounds about right. I think that's roughly where our teammate is as well. And you can see this little DRS train goes up to probably in the points, actually, looking at the mini-map in the bottom left. But to the inside on Isaac Hajar, he did defend it slightly, but we got the move done nevertheless. And now we just have to look forward again to Duan in the Alpine, who's just over a second up the road. We don't want a repeat of what happened when we brought out the safety car, so thankful again that we didn't hit that banana peel and spin the car. But we've gotten back in the DRS with Duan ahead. Again, decent news for us. We're on lap 16 of 22, so there's 5 laps, including the next one. Don't think I'm really going to count this as a lap as we go for a very late move on Duan in the Alpine. It's just a bit slow under braking, and we just, a bit more confidence in the car to get it stopped around that last part of the track, the penultimate corner. But yeah, pretty comfortable in the car. I think the setup's working well. A couple of minor tweaks during the race, and it's working out pretty well. I think I would have preferred a bit more downforce at the front there for that first turn, but we managed to keep it in a straight line somehow. And now we're onto the back of this mighty train here with Bortoleto and Ocon just ahead of us, but this actually includes our teammate a few places in front, so we're going to have to see what we can do. There's our teammate just ahead of Albon, and just got to get a good run out of the final corner against the kick Sauber of Bortoleto. We really need to try and save battery during the lap, but it looks like we've got a bit more straight line speed than Bortoleto ahead of us, and we're going to try and get him to the inside so we can take the outside route. And Albon and Ocon are side by side going very slowly, and we almost lost our front wing there, but we were able to get it stopped before we hit the back of that Williams, which is very crucial there, to be honest with you. And again, Ocon must have damage. He must have some damage there, because he's been dropping like a stone off the back of our teammate and really holding us up, really. But now we're going to see what we can do against that Haas ahead. He definitely seems slow. I don't think I ever check if Ocon has any damage at all, but he just looks like he's struggling. Looks like he's not quite comfortable on turn-in and cornering. But yeah, as his yellow flag's out suddenly ahead, what is going on here? And that's Nico Hülkenberg facing the wrong way on exit, and that does bring out the safety car. And I think got a few laps left. You can see me fiddling in the MFD, and I think we're going to risk it, you know. The amount of laps that the guys have done on hards ahead and behind kind of mean that the softs are going to be OP in the last part of this race, and I think with the field bunching up, maybe we can get some points here. Maybe. I'm going to leave the front wing at 26. I'm not going to change that. We don't have a penalty to serve. Russell, I think... No, Russell's ahead of us. Oh, that's Hülkenberg. Just going past us now in the pit lane. I saw the green and I thought it was Mercedes. No comment. I do watch F1 and I do play the game. Don't judge me. Skill issue. But we move on. So we're again last in the field. Can we do a last to points in a My Team career mode race as we almost do a stroll straight into the back of a car under safety car? But we don't. We've got good brakes and soft tyres, so we are golden here. But with the safety car in this lap, we've got 2 more laps to go once we get under green flag racing. It's lap 20 at the moment, but when we cross the line and we can start racing, it's going to be lap 21. So we've got 2 laps to make a bunch of overtakes. And Mark's just saying our teammates in P12 at the moment. Again, everyone's on old hard tyres. They've been on the laps. They've been on the tyres for about 10 laps, which is almost half the race. We've been on these softs for probably 2 laps. So we're going to get underway again, and just look how easy it was to stick to the back of the kick Sauber of Nico Hülkenberg and immediately made one move. It's going to be very, very quick fire from here, and we don't want Nico Hülkenberg to pose any sort of problems into turn 1, turn 2 and turn 3, which we've done easily. Going to make Russell go defensive around this corner here and make the move stick again. No problems at all. Do we send it down the inside of the Haas? Yes, we do. Ollie Behrman get in the bin. And now we've got Isaac Hadjar just ahead of us. And you can see already just how much time we've gained on the cars that are behind us. And yeah, no one's getting away. No one's getting away. We easily have the pace of the leaders right now, and that's not going to change for the next couple of laps. So we've got to make the moves. We've got to make them decisively wherever we can, like here. We send it down the inside of Hadjar and cut him off at the second apex of the chicane there. And even under traction, we've gained half a second on the RB behind us. And now Doohan's going a bit slowly into the braking zone, as we're going to easily outbrake him on softs. And now the final corner, get the traction down well and make a move down the main pit straight to start the final lap of the Grand Prix. We don't have DRS, which is kind of halting us slightly, but everyone up ahead is really racing hard for those sort of mid-pack positions, as there's Bortoletto, Albon and Ocon all fighting over the same piece of track. We're going to go super aggressive to the inside, not one but two cars into the fast left-hander, and thankfully they did realise that I was there, but we just have unbelievable pace. But we lock up into the hairpin. They've got Ocon to the inside, who's looking to get that move back, but again, the traction on the softs versus the hards after this many laps is just unreal, and you can just see even in the dirty air how much of an advantage we have, even on Albon in the Williams ahead of us, although it looks like P13 might be the only place we can gain for the rest of the lap. But can we do it before the checkered flag and go a little bit deep in the first part of the chicane? But we get semi-decent traction, a little bit of wheel spin out of that corner. But now we've got Albon. We're going to the inside, and it's an easy outbraking maneuver. We're going to give him some space on exit, but it's really moved on already as Lando Norris takes home the win. Our teammate in P12 just ahead of us as we come to P13 from last in 2 laps. And that was a very intense end to the race. A race that was potentially a little bit boring in the first stint, but we made it stick in the end.
Well, that was certainly an exciting weekend of Formula One. Be sure to join us for more exciting Formula One action very soon.
And yeah, we're going to run through the grid, but I did forget to record the last podium bits at the end there. So we've got Norris wins, Leclerc and Piastri join him on the podium, and then we've got Tsunoda, Antonelli, Sainz, Lawson, Verstappen, Alonso, Hamilton, Gasly, our teammate Hauger, then ourselves in P13, then Albon, Ocon, Bortoletto, Hadjar, Behrman, Russell, Hulkenberg and Stroll, who DNF'd pretty early on. Now in the standings, that does mean we are dropping down the order ever so slightly, as I've been turning up the AI to make it more of a challenge in this My Team career, and eventually we will get to that 110 AI that we all promised to have in that post a few days ago. Now, I just want to show you what happened here with the banana peel. So into this corner, we get a bit of mid-corner oversteer, which does just dip our tyre onto the gravel and spin us around, and I think that's where George Russell just clipped his wing. But here's the mid-corner oversteer, which I tried to catch. It does then dip the tyres on the gravel and actually speeds up our rotation massively. You can even notice it at 25% of the speed. And now if you look to the left, you'll see a Mercedes with no front wing. But that's it. That's the race. The highlights are here for you now, if you want to watch any of those bits from this kind of directory cam again. But yeah, thanks for watching and sticking with it. A bit of a shorter video than normal, but again, that first stint really didn't have too much going for it. And yeah, from next week, I think we're going to be racing on 110 AI. Just, yeah, the positions that I finish in are probably going to be terrible, especially considering that it's Monaco next, but the AI aren't great around Monaco, so we'll see how that goes. If you did enjoy the video, leave a like. You know all the business. You've seen the pop-ups during the video. If you're new, think about subscribing. If you're not, welcome back, and thanks for the support as always. It's just, yeah, crazy that people watch my videos and enjoy it. But I enjoy making them, so even if you don't enjoy it, you're going to have to watch it. I will sit you down and force you to watch it if I have to. But that's it for this week. If you're watching this as soon as it comes out, I'll probably be recording 2-player career. And yeah, that will be coming probably later in the week. I'm going to see how long it takes to edit those because I've not done them before. But that's it. As always, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time.